yeah, Waterloo Road, Series 5, Episode 1 review. I really enjoyed this episode. I'm going to crack straight on with it, because obviously it's a little bit late, and also I've got loads to say. You can't see that, but yeah. Episode story, what basically was going on is that the John Foster's school had been now merged with Waterloo Road, as John Foster's obviously closed down, or I don't really know, but something happened. And Rachel feels a bit downtrodden by this new guy Max, who used to be the head teacher of John Foster's, but now he's the executive head for the area. She feels downtrodden by that. Lindsay, who's a new girl, has a fight with Michaela in the middle of an English lesson, obviously Michaela White. And this new teacher called Helen Hopewell, who is absolutely useless, doesn't do anything to break it up. You know, it's just, and Tom ends up having to come in and deal with it. And then, yeah, so after that, there's this massive fight, like a massive gang fight on the middle of the field, which isn't good, between the John Fosters and the Waterloo Road students. And then some police come and have to tell Lindsay and her sister that their dad's dead, and because obviously their dad has been abusing their mum, they then have to, yeah, well, it's presumed that their mum has killed their dad, so obviously they have to go somewhere else, and it's all very Helen Hopewell, you know, the rubbish teacher, chucks herself down some stairs and then tries to blame the Waterloo Road girls, which isn't good. You know, you don't blame your students because you're a bad teacher. In my eyes, that's just not done. So Max then says, look, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be doing that. So, you know, then she backs down. Something weird is going on between Max and Helen. Don't know if they'd maybe had an affair, or I'm not really sure what's going on there, but there's this weird little relationship between them which doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel right, and but obviously we'll find that out later on, I don't know, to come episodes. Casting characters, that was obviously episode story, this is casting characters. Lots of new characters, obviously, because we've got all the John Fosters. These are just the ones that made an impression on me. First we've got Luke and Josh. Now they're the new hot guys in the school. To me, Luke is fitter than Josh, but Josh, it might be, because we do see him putting up a poster of this woman with Tom. Now I'm thinking the woman's his mum, and I'm thinking Tom's his long lost dad, but we don't know that for facts, so don't quote me on that. But I think that if that does happen, if that's the way it is, that's going to be a really good storyline. I mean, I really like Josh as it is, because he seems like a really nice character. We've got Christopher Mead, the new deputy head. He's slotted right into place. Obviously we're going to build up on his character, but as far as we know, he has been fired from his old, you know, high-powered, you know, job in the city, and is now a science teacher. Helen Hopewell, rubbish. It was her first day of teaching ever, and she just couldn't control her class. She just couldn't control anyone. She has no authority there at all, which is not good. Jo, Lipsit, is it, or something like that, the new head of French, very good at her subject, quite a domineering woman. I quite like her, I like the character. She's obviously Steph's superior, her department head, and Steph doesn't really know her subject, so that can be a little bit interesting. Jo is a lesbian, and I think may have a little crush on Steph, but I don't really know. Ruby Fry, hate her so much. She is such a snob, it's ridiculous. Basically disregards anything Waterloo Road related and just thinks it's put dirt on her shoe, to be honest. She doesn't want to be there. She's only there because of Max, and even that is pushing it. You know, anything to do with them. There's a little bit of a fight in the or a little bit of an argument in the staff room between them lot. She obviously puts her point across. Not great. Don't like her at all. We've got Max. Max Tyler is the executive head, as I've already said. He's a horrible character as well. Completely disregards Rachel and doesn't rate her at all. Completely walks all over her, stops her from talking, interrupts her all the time, and it's just like, just let her do her job. She's good at it. You're just not seeing that because she doesn't do it your way. So I don't like him. Lindsay James, she's the new top dog, or was the top dog of John Foster's. Basically, she's the leader of this little gang of John Foster's kids, when they have their little fight, which isn't brilliant. But we do find out that she's got a little bit of a tortured past. Obviously, her dad's been beating up her mum. We don't really know much about the character. She's quite closed off. So obviously we might find out more about her in to come episodes as well. Philip is back. He's got a little afro-y type thing going on, and he's met a girl, a John Foster's girl, who seems to like him. I can't remember her name, but they've got nice little chemistry going on, so that's nice. We've got Bolton. He's grown a little bit of hair across his lip, and I'm sorry, it does nothing for me. I'm just like, shave it off. It does nothing for me really. You know, you looked better before. But you know, you may like that. Comment me, tell me if you like it better with or without. It's up to you. We've got Emily James. She is a very innocent girl. Lindsay protects her a lot. You know, that's Lindsay's little sister, and she's not going to let anything happen to her. Her and Emily and Denzel I think they've got a nice little bit of chemistry going on. I'm seeing a friendship, if not more, as time goes on. Obviously they will properly inherit the show and become more main characters if the show continues as they grow up. I'm seeing some nice little chemistry going on. I think we can see some little sparks flying there, but don't quote me on it again. We're very early in the season. Yeah, and that's all of the new characters, or the ones that made an impression. I'm sure we'll find out much more about them as the series goes on, and they'll be able to develop each character even more, because right now we're at the very basic stage. My best bit of this show was the gang fight. It had to be, really, didn't it? It was just all so rough, and so, you know, that is how it would be if that happened at my school, you know, because my school is very much like Waterloo Road, other than the fact that it's not that extreme, you know, there's not murders and there's not guns and all that kind of thing. It's not extreme. But other than that, yeah, I don't want to slag off the school, but, you know. I love it. Kind of linked with the gang fight. It's straight after the gang fight. Chris goes to Kim. Surely it can't get any worse than this. And I was thinking, oh, last season you wanted to be there then. It would have got a little bit worse, yeah. But I enjoyed this episode. I think it was a very, you know, it was just a starting point, and I think we're only going to build up, because generally these series, I don't think Waterloo Road really gets going until at least, you know, 2/4 through, 3/4 through, something like that, I don't know. But until it's, you know, gotten going. But thank you. Comment. Let me know what you thought, what you think. Yeah. See you next week. Bye.